Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy. Most of you probably know that, but other people might be coming into this video that aren't familiar with my channel because this is not my typical video. So I usually read tarot and oracle cards, general readings for the zodiacs. But I've been doing like a little bit of additional like reading and research and learning on my own the last month or so, and to being a mom, like I kind of get into it and I'm out and I'm in and I'm out. It can take me like weeks and weeks to get through something. So I'm still working my way through it, and I thought I'd make a video on it because I mentioned it a little bit in some of my general readings, and then I get a bunch of questions about, well, what is the book, or what is the book, or what are these books, or what do you read? And I thought, maybe it's just easier, and I could share what I'm learning too, because I think actually the combination of what I've come to, they work really well together. So this is all about like myself. I'm like a tarot reader, an intuitive, an empath, and I'm kind of trying to expand beyond that and become a lot more familiar with astrology and combining that with the tarot, because the two pretty much go hand in hand. So, the tarot cards have typical meanings, but once you get a little bit deeper into, well, why does it have that meaning? It's fascinating, and you can really expand on how you read the cards and the information that's coming through. So I am too, always never really believing that, I know everything about that. That's probably not. No, there's always something new to discover. So I'm going to show you the two books that I picked up. Well, one came with its own deck. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. This is a really amazing book, and you can see like inside it, it's got it's broken down into like planetary energy and then the zodiac. So what are we looking at here? Oh, we're looking at Venus and Taurus. That's actually a really good combination. So, and you can read like a whole bunch about the personality traits. So you can even learn about your own placements too. Like if your Venus is in Taurus, then you can learn a little bit about perhaps how you negotiate relationships. So yeah, like for example, events, a love affair, a fortunate marriage, living happily in comfort, gaining through a love relationship, a windfall or gift from someone close. And Venus represents love, and Taurus represents material values. So this whole book goes to that, and there's a deck that comes with it too. So you can shuffle this out and you can ask a question, and then you can see, and I'll show you, I pulled out one card in particular because it goes with another deck that I'm working with, and I'll show you how I'm combining the information here. So the other deck, so that just, it's basically, this is an oracle deck and an oracle book, and it does, there's all sorts of fascinating information about, like, yeah, I mean, well, with anything that's really vast and expansive like astrology, and with the history of tarot too, I mean, years and years and years research, you would never really know everything. But I never think we should stop learning, because as we grow and expand too in our own spiritual capacity, well, maybe messages should be deeper. There should be more information because you're a little more expansive now. So now you bring in some more information. So that's just what I'm trying to do right now. And so I'll show you the other one that I got. It didn't come with cards, but this book is really good. This is Tarot and Astrology. And what I really like about this book is it really, I'm somewhat familiar with the zodiac energy of the minor arcana, but really not as strongly as I am with the major arcana. So this is taking me through that, and I'll show you. This is my original Rider-Waite deck, and I've actually been writing on them with a permanent marker, and why not? They know they're your cards. You do what you want with them. That's what I'm doing. And I finished, where was I? I finished the other night at the, so these three placements are in Aquarius. The Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So it was the third decan, I believe, of Aquarius. And so Venus, this is Venus in Aquarius. And then this is Mercury in Aquarius. And this is Moon in Aquarius. So I wanted to show you. So then you can go to this deck, and there's Moon in Aquarius, and it'll tell you like more in depth about it. And of course, This book also gives you, well, I have it bookmarked with the cards that I'm going into next. Like I'm going into the 3 Deacons of Pisces is where I'm going next. And that'll be the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups. So we'll put that over there. I haven't written anything on them yet because I'm not in there yet. But yeah, so Moon in Aquarius. So it has all that, the 7 of Swords. It has all sorts of information about it in this book. Yeah, and then a little bit at the bottom. And then, like, it'll go into interesting components about the planetary energy surrounding it too. Like Aquarius, a sign of social groups and causes, isn't generally prone to reflection. The sign prefers starlight to moonlight, right? So this is a difficult energy. It can be a more difficult energy. So it's about fears and mystery and deception. It can be about hidden things too, but it's usually an area of discomfort. It can be about stealing something that's not yours, but it can also be about reclaiming something that is yours that was taken from you, but you have to do it in sort of a covert way. Yeah, so that's what, so, and then let's go over here because I want to show you what's kind of fascinating. So then we can go into this book and look at Moon in Aquarius because it's in here. It's in here, I tell you. But to be honest, I'm not jumping back and forth as I do this. Like as I learn, like if you're looking for tips, I'm sort of submersing myself in this as a study material, and I'm making my notes on my tarot. Like buy a tarot deck for yourself where you have some space to write on it. This is such a common deck, so it's not a big deal for me to buy a new deck if I decide, well, I want to use them and not have writing on them. I'm probably going to add to this because what my plan is after I go through all the minor arcana in this deck through this book, then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pull out more little tidbits of information. And I find the best way for me to learn something and for it to stick in my head is to do it. So I would actually start using these cards and readings, and I'll probably do that at some point on my channel. I'll be using this deck to read yeah, general readings and messages. And then as over time, like, because there's so much information and there's so many cards. So I feel like to me, that's the best way to really start learning it. Is to do that. So let's look at Moon in Aquarius then. So since we are with the 7 of Swords, that's where I ended. Moon in Aquarius. So Moon, security, Aquarius, principles and humanity. So the events surrounding this, some kind of unconventional assistance, original ideas brought to bear on a situation or a subject, a second opinion canvassed, an interest in astrology. And then we'll have there'll be a little section in this book, like when the card is pulled or if you pull this card. So all of this, up to about like this point on this page, is sort of the personality traits of this Moon in Aquarius. And then this will be like about when the card is pulled. So you can use this to learn about the traits, the zodiac energy about this trait. And then you can use it just to ask questions as a tarot card, because it'll tell you what this card can represent in a reading. So when this card appears in a reading, it suggests that the questioner has more concern for the feelings of others than for his own. Oh, wait, no, that's Pisces. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. Moon in Aquarius, not Moon in Pisces. The Moon is very comfortable in Pisces. Okay, so Moon in Aquarius. That's so funny. So you can tell you're reading going, doesn't sound right. Often when this card occurs in a reading, did I read that? Yeah, okay. Often when a card occurs in a reading, it shows that the person asking the question is trapped in a mental whirlwind. It indicates a need to let go of emotions and to allow feelings to express themselves without rationalizing them. It also suggests that the questioner's home will be used in the future for group meetings with some kind of good cause or humanitarian subject. Well, isn't that interesting, right? I mean, it really sheds some sort of light on that. And I like to think that there is no good or bad cards in tarot. And whenever this card comes out, I always feel bad for it. Because so many readers just describe it as someone who's lying, sneaking, and cheating and stealing. Jeez. Like, probably not, because even in the book it says, you know, it could be trying to reclaim something that was yours that was wrongfully taken, but the only way to get it is to be sneaky. So interesting, right? So I need to let go of emotions. And you can see that there's no emotions involved because it totally is in sword energy. Suggest the questioner's home will be used in the future for group meetings with some kind of good cause or humanitarian subject. But because it's Aquarius, it does. It's probably something that would seem like unconventional to others. So even in that sense, that's what this card could be. It's an unconventional use of mental capacity. Yeah. I was going to do readings today. I still plan to do that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm having trouble too. I just stupid thing I probably got another month or so with it. So yeah. And that's yeah, so that's what we got here. It's yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I have anything else to tell you. Maybe I should have done a live. I could have answered questions. Yeah, you know what? I'll try to answer questions as much as I can in the comments. But after a while that this video has been released, I tend not to come back too much to look because I get busy with other things. Oh, but we have to remember, I'm going into the 8, 9, 10 of cups here. So I'm going to put this back. Yeah, and I found, yeah, going into the 3 deacons of Pisces. And then where do I go after that? Like, I'm getting near the end. Like, this is all that I've done. I've done all of these so far. And it does also, this also obviously delves into the major arcana as well, too. But I haven't gone into that. Like, Temperance. We've got the card Temperance here. And you have Scorpio, Death, Libra, Justice. So, I mean, those are all fairly well known. And then I did start making little notes on, like, just house placements. And then as I was doing it, I thought, I kind of know that. I don't need to keep making notes. I'm the kind of person that I'll make notes in all my stuff. Like, I don't look at a book or a set of cards and say, oh my gosh, that's precious. You shouldn't write on that. It's mine. I can do that. You know, if it was someone else's, I wouldn't, obviously. But, yeah, I don't know about you, but I love going into a used bookstore and finding a book where somebody has written something or they love the passage and they put a little, highlighter, oh, this is so beautiful, or you know, sometimes an inscription in a book and you can see that it was given to someone for a birthday in 1958 or something like that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. So I just thought I would make a short little video on that because I think these 2 books come together really well, and it's really expanding my knowledge and information about kind of bringing the zodiac. Well, the zodiac is already in tarot. That's the thing. So it's expanding my ability to read tarot by understanding more of it. And there's another book that I'm reading too. What's it called? It's a really big one. I think it's called Everything You Ever Need to Know About Astrology. But it's like a Bible. So I thought I'm going to kind of delve in with this and I can make connections. And I guess that's how that works with me, for me. Is instead of just delving into a great big Bible type book of astrology, which I will eventually hit, it's harder for me to grasp the concepts if I can't easily apply it to something. And 2, when I can't just sit down, it's not like, you know, I'm 17 years old and I have nothing else to do but to study. So it's got to be in a way for me. And I'm sure maybe to a lot of you, a lot of the people that are on my channel are older adults. There's a lot of other things that you have to direct your energy and your thoughts towards. So I find this a really easy way to do it without becoming overwhelmed or reading so much and then not being able to go back to it for even maybe a week and then getting back into a big book like that and thinking, well, I don't even remember what the hell I learned like a week ago. Do I have to reread that now? So this actually, it connects dots for me because I'm already familiar with the tarot. And I would, if you've never even done the tarot, I would really recommend this book. Yeah. I think at any point in your journey with tarot. It had really, really good reviews on Amazon. I think that's where I got them. I think I've noticed both of them are available like on Indigo too, Chapters Indigo. And but I do think I ordered this off of Amazon because I happened to be ordering something else. And yeah, I would say any point of your journey in tarot, it's a really beneficial book. Oh, and there, see, I haven't even gotten this far. And it does all talk about the 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th house and all of that. So that'll be interesting too. And as I said, I feel like because I already have some sort of basis in tarot, it's helping me connect the dots to expand beyond what I already have. So when I go hit the big book, then I'm a little closer to already understanding that before I get in there and maybe confuse myself. Yeah, you know, because you can be reading and studying. Mom, I need a snack. Mom, the internet is down. Or me just looking at the time and, oh, shoot. You got to go up and get ready for bed. We have to go to bed now. After you've washed the dishes and walked the dog. And Saturn and Scorpio in the 4th house. Wow, this really goes on and on. See, I haven't really moved beyond where I am because I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. This is all pretty standard. Oh, and then we got, yeah, the 22 paths. Oh, God, this is awesome. That's it had that. It has the tree of life. I've always, yeah, well, this is so expansive too. I like that. Okay, it talks about like the major arcana, because the major arcana is our journey in life. So yeah, 22 paths. Okay, and the numbered cards. All right, I'm just, actually, because I am just going through here to see if there's other things in the book. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say, that there was one review on Amazon that wasn't good. And I thought everything else was pretty good, but then one person didn't like the Kabbalic type references. They found it a little too Hebrew, but there's a lot of the information originates from there. So it's kind of like saying, I want to study Greek mythology, but it's too much Greek. Okay. And it's very minor though. Like it's just a tiny little section here. So I just wanted to bring that up too, because it was, I don't know why someone was doing that. I want to say they would kind of probably have a prejudice towards that myself, because I would want to know, I really wouldn't have a problem with any history or mythology or civilization, because I think we're all sort of intertwined. So deciding that you don't want to take a book because there's literally like a 3-line paragraph on each page of each you know, card, compared to like there being 5 to 6 paragraphs on a page, it's pretty minor. So yeah, I might even, so here, actually, I just opened up to the 2 of Cups, which is Venus in Cancer, Lord of Love. And it's interesting because it talks about too, like the planets coming around, like, what was one, was it Venus? Venus in Aries. It's a long way around for Venus to come into the zodiac energy of Aries. It's kind of like coming through the desert, but yet it is a celebrated energy when it gets there. So that's really interesting. But here, like, just to give you, here, I'll read the 2 of Cups to you so you can kind of get an idea what this book has to offer. So Venus in Cancer, and this will be the 3 deacons of Cancer, which are the 2, 3, and 4 of Cups. And it talks about, too, at the beginning, the sign Cancer, the 4th sign of zodiac, blah, 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 blah. Cancer is also a cardinal sign, just as cardinal signs usher in a change of season. The characters in the cards that belong to Cancer initiate change. They're decisive, quick, and energetic. The element Cancer is a water sign, so it corresponds to the watery suit of Cups. Both the element and the suit are emotional, changeable, subtle, intuitive, and flowing. Duality, water signs are feminine. They are receptive, reactive, magnetic, responsive, and patient, and their energy flows in a circular pattern. Corresponding majors, Cancer is associated with the Chariot and its ruling planet, the Moon, with the High Priestess. Okay, so what this talks about, what you would learn here in this book, the 2 of Cups, Venus in Cancer, Lord of Love. And too, there's a deck. I guess whoever made this maybe has their own deck, or they're specifically utilizing this deck, and I'll name it when I talk here. So you can do that too. You can see if that deck is available to buy, and buy that deck and actually use it going through this book, which would probably be kind of cool too. So in the young lovers, if the young lovers in the 2 of Cups seem a little starstruck It's no accident. Powerful forces have drawn them together. Venus, the planet of love and romance, has made her way into the nurturing sign of Cancer, and she's been playing matchmaker. Isn't that cute, right? The young couple in the card could very well be an adolescent version of a charioteer in training, and the girl who will someday assume the Empress throne. Venus is the planet of pleasure and attraction. Her counterpart in the tarot is the Empress, a loving mother who's naturally attuned to the energy of Cancer, as well as the fourth house of home and family life. Venus rules the fixed earth sign of Taurus, so she enjoys the comfort and stability that true love and partnerships can bring. When she steps in as the ruler of Cancer's first decan, she simply lights a few candles, plays love songs in the background, and lets nature take its course. The young lovers in the Two of Cups are depicted in the first blush of romance. Here in the first decan of what is arguably the most sentimental sign, their affection for each other seems especially wholesome and pure, innocent and uncorrupted by time or experience. They are opposites, but opposites attract. They meet in the middle. The Golden Dawn designers, that's the name of this deck, of this card, called Venus in Cancer, the Lord of Love, because it illustrates the sweetness and purity of true love. This minor arcana cards of Cancer corresponds to the Chariot and its ruling planet, the lunar high priestess. That connection tells us that for now, the young couple is protected by a mother's love, but that safeguard won't last forever. Over time, they'll gain wisdom and experience as their affection for each other is tested, and both people grow and mature. Most of us learn along the way that experience comes at a cost, and early relationships often leave us sadder, but wiser. Now, this is the part where we get sort of into the Cabal. Kabbalistically, the Two of Cups depicts Chokmah, the second sphere of wisdom. It's positioned in Brea. I'm probably not saying these right. The watery world of fertility and creation. The young couple in the card is starting to create a life together, and they'll learn from their shared experiences. And then it just gets like typical tarot. In a tarot reading, the Two of Cups often represents love, especially between childhood sweethearts, kindred spirits, and soulmates. It symbolizes equal partnership and attraction of opposites. The first decan of Cancer usually falls between June 21 and July 1st, when the sun is between 0 and 10 degrees Cancer. See, isn't that interesting? There is so much information in that. And it's really well organized and broken down. So that's what I've been doing. Those are the two books that I've really been sort of going into. And like sometimes when I'm doing my readings, I'll say, oh yeah, you know what this represents to me? Yeah. See, the sun in Capricorn. Protecting it against, see, and there's so much that's come out of that page. So I would have read a similar page, and I just put like key little points for myself there. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is stuff I kind of already knew, but I find it just really expansive to look at that and think of, yeah, Mercury in Sagittarius is the 8 of Wands. It would make a lot of sense, like travel and movement and communication, swift with Mercury in Sagittarius. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. That's it. That's all I got to talk about really on that. So I'm going to keep going. And like I said, once I've done all the major arcana through the tarot and astrology book, I'm going to then like link them up with the corresponding ones in this deck and find little tidbits of information to add to these, because I think these go way beyond what we typically see. Like what we read here about this, the moon in Aquarius is also the moon in Aquarius. I might even write on these and write like 7 of Swords on there, you know. Why not? It's my deck. I can do what I want. You can write all over your stuff if you want. It's just like when you're an adult too. You can spoil your appetite and you can eat cookies before dinner. Until you can't anymore. There. All right. That's all I'm doing. So I thought I would share that with you. I have no affiliation with these at all. Yeah, no, nothing at all. I kind of found them on my own, like just through researching zodiac and tarot, astrology and tarot. And I spent some time reading different reviews. And I have to say, I'm really happy. Yeah, I don't think I could have picked anything better. But, you know, there could be other stuff out there too. And if you found something that's of equal value that you're really enjoying that's kind of along this line, please share it in the comments too. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that was helpful. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.